Not very far from here. Farms down that way. The king of smoke right here, folks. Edge of the lane. Jacob Kessler.
Jacob, you said this is your brand new light super that you guys just got? We lost him. Why is
No, he's muted.
Why is he
Unmute
muted?
him.
Oh, Roos is muted too.
Yeah, we just bought this tractor out of Long Machine here this winter, so this was a test pass we made a couple weeks ago, getting ready for the fair.
Okay, I'm gonna put it past. I'll play this video quick. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Welcome everybody. It's Monday night. It's July 11th. Jason Schultz here with the Beer Money Polling Team. To my right, Charles Posch. Wave your hand, Charles. Our special guest tonight, Jacob Kessler, up there in the upper right-hand corner. He is, him and his family are promoting and putting on the Fisher, Illinois Fair this Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday night is IPA and ITPA. Is that right, Jacob?
That's right.
And then Thursday night is PPL, correct?
Yep. This is the first year for us to have PPL, and we're beyond excited to have them here this year.
There seems like there's a natural progression into Henry from Fisher, right? But should be a lot of PPL stuff going on this weekend down there.
Yeah, so we're Thursday night, Jerseyville's Friday night, and then Henry Saturday night. And I think the two-wheelers pull the first two nights, and 4-1s maybe pull all 3 nights or something. So
yeah, I was trying to look at the schedule a little bit. And then below me, I got Ryan Rusink, and below Ryan, I got Brent Yarn. So these are our distinguished panel of guests tonight. So I got Charles' face underneath the logo. We'll put my face under the logo. But let us know in the comments while we're talking to Jacob tonight if you're going to the Fisher, Illinois Fair, if you've been to the Fisher, Illinois Community Fair. And again, it's Wednesday and Thursday night. If you have any questions for Jacob, if you have any questions for their polling team, just stay interactive with us. It makes it a lot more fun for all of us doing the show. So, Jacob, I want to know, well, I know that you and your dad have like super stocks. Can you kind of tell us your polling history, how it all started?
yeah, so my dad was first generation polling. A guy across the road was real into antique polling. He got dad into it. So we started out pulling minis, and I guess it was before I was born in the 80s. So I grew up around the antiques. That was my first pull. In 2007, they bought the Wheeler ag chassis off of Mises. And so we pulled that until 2019, and we built this Engler chassis that we're running now, component deal. So we've been antiques and light supers. That's all we've pulled through the duration. And actually, what Dad pulled most of the time, ITPA, was a Twin City, which I know some of you guys are antique guys. It's the precursor to Minneapolis Moline, but it's a big huge strip RPM deal, and that's kind of what I pulled the first couple years that in ITPA. So
Jacob, this is a picture that Ryan Rusink, was one of our distinguished panel. He took this picture of you, obviously, at Louisville. Which tractor is this then?
That's the night shift tractor that we've had. That's the Angler chassis that we bought and bought in 2019. And so that's the one we've been running that most people know us for. And then the tractor that you showed the video of, that's the long machine tractor that Glenn's been pulling the last couple years. He didn't have time to run it as much as he'd like people's stuff all the time. So we bought that, and we're going to run both of them this summer, ITPA and PPL and elsewhere when we get a chance. So
now, was that the sheet metal that Long had on it, Jacob, when you guys bought it, or did you guys put different sheet metal on it?
No, that the stuff that was in that video with Leroy there, that's the sheet metal that Longs have had on it, that 1066 sheet metal. And then this is the one you're seeing now. It's a 4430 sheet metal. So
okay, so this is the night shift tractor on the screen right now, right?
Yes, sir. And we haven't named the long machine tractor yet, so that's just kind of what we're calling it. So
no, that's fine. So this is the run from Louisville, obviously, of the GoPro, right?
Yep.
So this would have been Saturday afternoon, right?
Thursday night.
Okay, Light Supers
qualifier. Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So here we go. Is this you driving, Jacob, or is this your dad?
This is me. Dad got to pull in 2011 with the ag chassis, and then just started down the track.
So Ryan got a picture of that run because I saw how close you got to the white line then.
Yeah, it came at me pretty fast. You never want to use a brake down there, but if I'd been on it a little quicker, I think it turned out a little better for me. So
no, I can speak from experience. I know how that goes.
But it was a thrill. It was a bucket list for me to be able to pull down there, and it was an awesome week, and just appreciate all those guys that put all the work into that pull. That was really cool.
Yep, that's awesome. That's awesome. And if you're just joining us, Jacob Kessler is on with us tonight. He is obviously a tractor puller. Him and his dad. They have two super stocks now, light supers, and they're also putting on the Fisher, Illinois Community Fair that I just put up on the screen right now. And they've been working with the Beer Money Pulling team to promote these events. So let's talk about these events, and then if Ryan or Brent or Charles have questions, they can jump in as well. But I have your flyer here on the screen, Jacob, that has both nights of events. So if you kind of want to go through everything, that'd be great.
Yeah, so the Wednesday night pull's been a tradition there at the fair for a long time. So that's going to be the IPA stocks, and the ITPA has 5 classes there: light supers, light mods, 6850 pro farm like Paul Romack pulls in, 5,500-pound classic, and then the 4-1 limited pros. So that'll start at 6 and 6:30. This is a show we've put on for a long time. We like all those classes, and ITPA and IPA put out, pretty good numbers in all those classes. So it should be a good show.
Have you always had 2 nights of pulling, Jacob, or is this something new?
We have off and on, but it's been quite a while. It's probably over 10 years since we have 2 nights. We've tried a Friday night pull. We've moved to a concert since then at the fair, so this is our first time in a long time. So it should help. We've struggled to find something for Thursday night at the fair, and one of the ladies on the fair board, her husband works in soil, and she was kind of pushing the pole, and we didn't think they were serious about PPL right away, and then we kind of talked to them about what it would take to do it, and they're like, no, we want to do it. So this is going to be a big change for our fair, but I think it's going to be a huge hit. People in town are just over the moon excited for this to be in town. Found out how many tractor pulling fans there are in town, just hearing about it, people watching on TV. It's going to be
Well, and then, I mean, the biggest thing is, Jacob, do the fans understand? And there's nothing wrong with IPA or ITPA, great associations, but do they understand what they're going to see as the highest level of pulling? That's the toughest challenge as a promoter, Jacob, to let people know that this is something new that they've never seen before at the Fisher Community Fair.
Some of them do, but I think you're 100% right. People are going to be blown away. I think we've had diesel trucks before, and they're good. These super stocks are just going to blow people's minds. I think it's just incredible to see. You guys have seen it, but it's really it's going to be huge. And I don't think all the people understand how cool it's going to be, but you need to be there Thursday night to find out for yourself. So.
No, I agree. And then it's going to be a great show. It's going to be a great show. Is this a picture of your dad? Charles sent me a picture.
No,
is this your dad?
It's not.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
No.
That's Andy Boer's dad. But that is the same model that we pulled. Yep.
Okay. That is a cool looking little tractor.
Yeah, it was quite, it was kind of a handful as a 16-year-old kid, that there's no individual wheel brakes. So I was trying to move my 100-pound body around to get that thing moving. And Dad was a lot better at it than me, but you learn a lot about driving when you're on one of those.
No, Charles could talk about that more than I could. He's announced quite a few of these events like this. I stumbled into a antique pull last night in Dubuque, Iowa, on the way to my nephew's soccer game. Right next to a church, there was a little Hawkeye vintage machinery show, and I went over there and got some videos. So that was kind of cool. That was kind of cool. So
for sure.
Here's your poster for the PPL then Thursday night. So this is really important, Jacob, that I think the fans need to understand. And this is this was smart of you guys leading up to Jerseyville and Henry. There's a lot of chatter. Henry's obviously a big pull, America's pull. And for you guys leading up into that and grabbing them when everybody's sweeping through anyway, it's a nice for the pullers too, Jacob, to stay at, have 3 hooks in a row, literally a couple hours apart. So.
Yeah, it's cool for a lot of reasons. It's cool for the state to get some big national pulling back in our area. It's been a while since this direct area. We used to have the Hammer Down deal that John Moomaw promoted there in Champaign, but it's been a few years since that's been there. So that's in the same county that we're in. We're on the northern half, they're on the southern half, but it gives us a chance to have this kind of pulling in the area, and we're real excited to bring it to everybody, and we hope people come out for it, pullers and fans. So.
What kind of crowd do you normally see at your fair, Jacob?
I don't have numbers, but on a good ITPA night, the place is pretty full. So I would say get there early. Pullers get there early. I know there's been a lot of concern about parking and stuff in our pits. We expanded the pits 2 years ago. We weren't necessarily anticipating a PPL event, but we've been trying to grow the pull for a long time. So we got parking covered, but it is going to be tight. So, don't get there crazy late or anything, but it's going to be good. I wanted to say something about our sponsors too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. On Wednesday night, Ealer Brothers is a local, chemical fertilizer application. They've been with us for a long time, over 10 years. They're huge. They provide the floater and everything for the track watering, and provide a lot of people. They've partnered with Bayer Crop Sciences and Delaro Complete on Wednesday night they've been our main sponsor, like I said, for 10 years. And they're a huge promoter of the fair and the IPA, ITPA night. So, we appreciate them. And then our business, our irrigation business, which we have in an association with farming, is Big Ditch Irrigation, and we're a TL irrigation dealer. So that we're sponsoring the 2-wheel drive trucks there on Thursday night. And then our local Pioneer dealer, Murray Seed, they stepped up big for the 4-1 class on the PPL night. And they also, on their farming side, they provide equipment that we use every year for the track maintenance and everything. So those people, that's who's bringing this pull to you guys. And we couldn't thank them enough for everything they've done, to help us out.
Yeah, you can't do it without sponsors. All of us, we've learned we've all been involved in different events, and obviously we're all involved in the Pullers Championship back in May, and we know how important it is for sponsorship on that. So I'm really glad that you support that and do different things like that. So how many years, Jacob, has your dad been superintendent of the fair pull?
I was born in '87. I don't remember a fair that he didn't put it on, so I don't have a date, but it's been a little while. We've got another guy around here in town, Vern Rutledge. That's a big, he's a co-superintendent with me and Dad on the fair. So he's a big part of it too, and he's a vice president of the fair board too. So appreciate him.
How big is Fisher, Illinois? Like the actual town?
Yeah, 1,600 people. Okay. So it's not a big town and it's not a big fair, but it's a nice fair. It's a clean fair. It's not the county fair for our county, but it's part of the County Fair Association. So, we have a carnival, food, demo derby Saturday night, concert Friday night. So, it's like a county fair. It's just not the county fair, if that makes sense.
No, it does totally make sense. Illinois has so many county fairs. It's hard to honestly keep track of. I think you guys have like 17 state fairs, Jacob. So
yeah, I think so.
If you're just joining us, it's Monday night, July 11th. Let's Grow Pulling. Brent, Charles, Brian, and myself, we're working with Jacob Kessler. They worked with the Beer Money Pulling team to promote the Fisher Community Fair this Wednesday, the 13th. I have that scrolling across the bottom at 6 p.m. They start with Illinois Pullers, or Illini Pullers Association. I said that right, Jacob?
Ileana, yep.
Ileana, sorry. And then 6:30 starts the ITPA show. And then Thursday night, for the first time ever, they're bringing in the big Lucas Oil classes, super stock diesel trucks, 4-1 limited pros, and the super modified 2-wheel drive trucks. And you can't have a pull in Illinois without super modified 2-wheel drive trucks, Jacob. So many big name national pullers are from your neck of the woods. So.
Yeah, 100%. And I want to thank Jeremy Nelson too. He's been a big help. Me and Dad have been calling him constantly, asking questions about what do we need to do to be prepared for these PPL guys, and he's been a huge help. And you guys know them; they're good people, and they're always willing to do something for the sport. So,
well, I can tell you from experience, the super stock diesel trucks guys are the nicest people in the world, and they're happy to go pulling. I don't know, Roos or Brent, how many super stock diesel trucks do you think they'll have? 10 to 12, maybe 15?
Well, considering it's their first hook of the year for PPL, I would assume that they'd have decent numbers.
Yep. And then super 2-wheel drive trucks will be huge because you're going to pick up all the Illinois trucks. They're going to run with Champs Tour. And
yeah.
Then the 4-1 class will be big as well because I'd guess there'd be at least 15 of those, I would say. So.
Yeah, and we're hoping to pick some up. We're hoping Wednesday and Thursday we're going to have them ITPA and PPL. So, come on down for Wednesday night, get a look at the track, and, stay for Thursday.
What's the most famous thing, or what are you guys most well known for, Jacob, at the Fisher, Illinois Fair, the community fair?
I don't know about the fair, but our town, I can't say it, mascot, we're the Fisher Bunnies so it's real weird, nobody else has that in all the United States. So like our water tower has like a, ferocious bunny on it and stuff. So that's kind of our town thing. The fair, I don't know that we have like one thing that's the huge, draw there, but for the town, it's definitely like anytime ESPN has like a strangest mascot or whatever competition, we're always right up there.
So, like the football helmet has a ferocious bunny on the side of it, Jacob?
Yeah, it does.
I'm so seeing the Monty Python Search for the Holy Grail scene in my head right now.
Absolutely. I was thinking the same thing.
See, Jacob, to wake up Charles and Big Rye, you got to have something goofy like a ferocious bunny. That's all I'm.
Oh, it's only a little bunny rabbit.
It's only a little bunny rabbit.
We've got it then. So.
But see, this is good. This is good, useless knowledge. So when people roll into town, Jacob, they understand. So
there it is.
There it is. I found it, guys. Google is amazing. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I'm gonna follow you guys on Twitter. So. If anybody has any questions for Jacob, please type them into the comments. Or if you're a big fan of the night shift pulling team, please type it in the comments as well. So I want to get that going. The Ferocious Bunnies. That's a heck of a football helmet, though.
That's actually a really cool football helmet.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. There's not another team like it, with that mascot in the United States. So it sets you apart, whether it's good or bad. I don't know, but we really lived into it.
So one of my buddies from Iowa is named Mark Fisher. Do you think you can help me get a T-shirt or a bunny or something for him, Jacob? I think I can. I think he'd really like that. So
yeah, I think we can make that happen for sure.
Yeah, he lives in Keswick, Iowa. He doesn't get Wellman, so he doesn't get out much. But I think I can. Oh, there's the water tower. I got to show this guy. I love how you said ferocious bunny. That's what made me. I thought that was awesome, Jacob. So.
Yeah, and the water tower is just around the corner from the fairgrounds, so you can't miss it when you're at the pool. So
is Leroy announcing Wednesday and Thursday, or do you know?
We got Art Downs on Wednesday night, and then we'll have Leroy on Thursday. But Art, he's announced forever there, and he hauls grain for us in the fall. So Dad's known him from antique tractor pulling forever. So.
Oh, Art's awesome. I've worked with Art at Shipshawana and Gordyville, and Art's great at that. So. Yeah,
he knows a lot, and when it comes to ITPA and the IPA local guys and stuff, he knows everybody and all the equipment. So works out great. And then, yeah, Leroy will be. He's been there with Power and Noise several times, and obviously helps promote the ITPA a lot. So.
Yep. No, it's good. Has Art been to Shipshawana the last couple of years, Charles, or has COVID kind of kept him out? I can't remember.
COVID's kept him away from it. So, I miss seeing him out there. I've worked with him a handful of times, too, and always enjoy it.
His bank of knowledge is ridiculous, how much stuff he knows and the people he knows and the stories. It's so fun to work with an announcer like an event like that, Jacob, where, you can see work with a bunch of different announcers, have a bunch of different different talent pools that they kind of pull from or different areas. And Art's definitely one of those people that you sit and you just listen to and you just kind of smile because he knows so much about the sport. So,
yeah, we always stop at noon for lunch, and he'll get you rolling for sure. He's always got something that you've never heard or, some crazy story. That's 100%. So
that's good stuff. That is.
And
good.
You guys have been to Gordyville, so we're like 20 minutes, like on 136, you get off 57 and you head east to go to Gordyville. If you head west, you're in Fisher. So
is it true that you and your dad bought the Gordyville horse arena and you're going to put on tractor pulls there? Is that the rumor?
It's not true, but
it's not true.
It's not true, but
oh, shoot.
Maybe you and Clint could go together and do that. So
when that went for sale, everybody's face that you see on this screen, our phones blew up, right? And that's a lot of money for that building. It's got a great track, Jacob, but it's not the best pulling. But I don't know. I just think the nostalgia of it. I think it was like the first chance that hot farm guys and pro farm guys and super farm guys got to have a Midwest Winter Nationals. You know what I mean? I think that's what makes it so special, Jacob.
Well, when we were in college, we pulled the smoke tube there. We were part of a quarter scale tractor pulling team there at the U of I in Champaign, and so yeah, we had the Gordyville COVID, long before it was a thing. So
we call it the Gordyville flu, is what we call it, Jacob. For about a week, you blow black boogers out of your nose, and you cough, and you snort, and you sneeze, and yeah, so.
If you didn't cough up some blood, you weren't there long enough.
So it's a special building. The year they ran like when Terry Blackburn came down with the light supers or Mike Chiswick's tractors.
Yeah.
I was up announcing, and you could just feel the alcohol. Yep. And I drank enough alcohol there that I didn't need extra alcohol, but it was a different kind, Jacob, if you know what I mean. So
I do know what you mean.
I do know what you mean. I want to know, I need Brent or Big Rye or Charles to jump in with some questions, but tell me something about your dad that won't embarrass him, but it's a good story.
My dad? Yeah, so one of the things that, we talked about where we got started pulling or whatever, but my grandpa was not a fan of pulling. He thought it was stupid, waste of time, waste of money, the whole deal. So
you know what? Your grandpa's not wrong. Let's be clear.
And we all know, but Dad would always claim that Grandpa he would know where they were going to a pull, and he'd be mowing roads whenever he took the truck and trailer away. So Grandpa's mowing roads right along the road wherever Dad's taking the tractor, just to let Dad know, I'm back here working, while you're off messing around. And oh man, it just used to make him so mad, But
that's actually a good story. I like that a lot.
Yeah, so that's something we kind of laugh about, but I mean, he may not laugh about it, but I laugh about it. So
okay, so we got the Fisher, Illinois Ferocious Bunnies. We have the Frankfort, Indiana Hot Dogs. Okay, so I mean, I need you guys, if we have some this might turn into one of those crazy.
That's an interstate rivalry.
Yeah. Is Intercourse, Pennsylvania? Is that the thing? Is that the thing that everybody talked about? Is that the town or something? Jerry Setter always brings that up.
No idea.
There is an Intercourse, Pennsylvania, but whatever mascot they got, I'm not sure I want to know what it is.
Right.
No, I just think it's funny that Jacob brings up the Ferocious Bunnies. I enjoy that.
It might be the same. It might be the same mascot that's in Climax, Michigan. I don't know.
It could be.
That's a thing.
It could be. Speaking of Cody, he's on the show now with us. He was at a board meeting. He's a big deal, Jacob. We're honored to have Cody Vanderholm on with us.
Nope, just a peon.
No, we're all just a bunch of peons. Come on, guys, type some questions in here for Jacob. I remember watching your guys' tractor run at Gordyville, and I loved the black look. I always thought it ran good. I wasn't familiar, Jacob, with a lot of the ITBA tractors because I primarily just ran Badger State back in the day. And so it was good for me to go to like a Gordyville and see all the different trucks and tractors. And I've always remembered the Kessler name and your guys' light super that Ryan had a picture of, the John Deere. So,
well, I appreciate it. And it's been a lot of fun. It's like anything else. Dad told Mom when he bought Mises chassis, oh yeah, we're just gonna, there's only a couple pulls and it's in late, mostly after we're done farming and all this. And then like that kind of went out the window, and now, you got spare motors and there's stuff everywhere, and we tractor pull all summer, and, we're in the shop every hour, working on something, and you blow it up and you fix it and you blow it up again and fix it. And so it's just the same story that everybody has, but it gets out of control. But, we all do it as a family. We try as much as we can to take Mom, Dad, the kids, and we all go. My sister drove the tractor when they first brought it out. Me and Dad have driven it. Mom drove the antique. So it's been a family thing for us the whole time. So.
No, and that truly is what it's all about. And we saw some of that in Rock Valley this weekend. If you saw Ryan's picture of that young gal that got to drive her dad's tractor for the first time, that's some of the memories that they make like that, Jacob. They last forever. You know what I mean? They last forever. So. Oh
yeah, it does for me. That's this. Getting to do this is just an absolute dream for me and Dad. Pulling antiques, we didn't think we would ever get to this point, but being able to do it together and it's just it's awesome, and we love it. So
now you mentioned family. Can you do you have any brother? You said you have a sister. Can you talk about your whole family that helps out?
Yeah. So my sister, her and Dad, I was in college when they built the light super or put it together. So her and Dad were working on it. Mom, she sets a tire pressure before we roll out. So, it's down to the, half a tenth of pressure or we don't go. And, Leanne drove it. My sister drove it while she was in college and in the heavy class. Dad drove it in the light class here in Illinois when we were still running both classes. And she's actually the only one of us to win the heavy class ever. Beat just kind of a fluke, but beat Dan Marino and Clifton's out here. Just they had trouble and she made the pass, and so like the second time she drove it, which was kind of a cool deal. But she did a great job, and she's actually a nuclear engineer now with a PhD and lives in New Mexico. So, but
Wow.
she paid for the Louisville live stream and was there watching us. So,
nuclear engineer. I don't think we've had any guests that have nuclear engineers in their family, Jacob, before. Would you guys agree with that statement?
It's probably pretty fair.
Probably pretty fair. Yeah.
Does she like beer, Jacob?
probably.
Okay, just checking, just asking, throwing it out there. So
she's pretty normal for somebody that that has that kind of intelligence rolling around in her brain. So
yeah, I like how you phrase that, Jacob. That should be a t-shirt, actually. She's pretty normal for as smart as she is. So
yeah.
Leonard Kirby says, Dad. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say my report card never stacked up. So
that's okay. I think a couple of us on this show could relate to that as well. Leonard Kirby says, Dad and I will be there Wednesday, and Dad will be there Thursday too. So Leonard must know you guys.
Yeah, they pulled an F30 and the ITPA with us, and then they pulled a farm stock for a while too. So yeah, they're people we've known from tractor pulling for a long time. We trailered with them sometimes, and yeah, they're always good for a laugh too. So.
And then Leonard says, don't forget your dad's you. How many antiques do you guys have?
Oh man, we're one of those. They're in sheds. Dad's got an entire barn full of Minneapolis parts. So we pulled a U. That was the first tractor I ever pulled, and was the first tractor Dad pulled before he got into the Twin City. So they're in Penfield, Illinois. The I&I Farm Show just got done this week, but they had a pull in the fall, and that's where I got my first chance to pull at 13 or 14 years old. So
awesome. Is that so? Art's always talking about Minneapolis Mullions, isn't he? Or is that his son who has a super? That's Carl, right? Carl Downs.
Carl and Andy. Carl works with Andy Boer on the Frankenstock Light Super.
That's it.
And they, I think they'll be there on Wednesday night with ITPA pulling with us and stuff. So,
okay.
Yep.
What do you? I'm assuming you guys farm, and you mentioned an irrigation business. What's the Kesslers do every day when they're not tractor pulling?
Yeah, so we have a bunch of irrigation on our farm, and we grow a lot of seed corn. So that's kind of like our main thing is seed corn, and we got into the irrigation business a couple years ago here to kind of help service our own stuff. And we've also done work for other people. And then I detassel in the summer. I run the mechanical detasseling for the local bear production plant there in Farmer City. So I think that's mostly covers it. That keeps us pretty busy. So.
I like Mike Steffen's comment, nuclear engineer and alcohol tractor. She should be your main wrench then. So I like that.
Well, they were pretty impressed when there's a lot of equipment involved with, doing research and different things that she's done. And they were pretty impressed with a female nuclear engineer that could turn a wrench with any of them. So we kind of take a lot of pride in that. So.
Yeah, you guys should get like some nuclear stickers and put them somewhere on the tractors. So when the tech officials come up, they're like, what? Because a lot of guys will joke around about nitrous and stuff, but if you guys had the nuclear power symbol, that would be the ultimate test. So.
We've tried to get her to, put something in there, but she hasn't come up with anything yet. So
your fuel burnt the meter or something like that. That'd be kind of funny. That'd be kind of funny. So.
For sure.
I like it. Show me your t-shirt. What do you got on your t-shirt there?
This is a vintage ITPA shirt that I found. I don't know if you guys can see it, but we got Nelson's and Clifton's and Bollinger's there. So
nice. So Big Rye always has a question he asks everybody. I'm going to start my own question. I want to know what's the most important thing you keep in the refrigerator in the pull-in trailer or the toter. The most important thing.
We're boring. For me, it'd be Mountain Dew. So
That's fine. I just need to
I'm
know.
not much of a drinker. Especially we don't have a toter, so we usually drive home. So it's load the tractors up and get on the road for us, and there's usually work the next day. But that's not a fun answer, but it's an honest one. So
No, and that's what I want. I'm starting a new episode called "This Is How We Roll," and I'm going through people's toters. And this Wednesday, I got to go through the bootlegger trailer this weekend that RJ Simon owns now. So that's going to be episode 3. So I'm always going to I like to look in people's refrigerators, and we looked at Mike Connie's refrigerator, and he had a bunch of stuff in there for his grandkids, like pudding pops and stuff like that. So that's kind of, I want my own question like that. So
I've been watching, going back and watching those episodes. That's pretty neat. That's an awesome idea. Some of these guys, it'll be pretty interesting to see what they have.
Well, no, and I'm not just going to show like stuff like Simon's. I also want to show stuff like what I have and what you have. I thought I had a nice trailer until I got into the bootlegger trailer. 750,000. You could own it, Kessler. You could own it.
Yeah. I don't think that'll be happening anytime soon, but it's nice to
Is
think
your
about.
grandpa still alive?
He's not.
Okay, if he was, I would pay for the fuel to have your dad drive that into the farm, and it would probably kill your grandpa, and that's not nice. But
it would have, yeah, for sure.
As long as you got enough room to get it in the barnyard, turn it around, and get it back out.
That thing's ridiculous. It's amazing. It's I've never been in it. I've walked by it a bunch in Toma, Jacob. But RJ, we opened it up, and I got a whole tour of the Simon complex, and it was wild. It was wild. So
I can't imagine. We saw it. It was down there at Louisville, obviously, and just getting to see all those trucks, it just blows your mind. We got everything wrapped up in the tractors, but we haven't got to the crazy hauler yet. So.
Well, I mean, you guys run ITPA. You're busy. What's when on the ITPA schedule? What's the farthest you get from home, Jacob?
On ITPA, it'd be Washington, Missouri. It's probably about 4 hours away. And that's a really awesome place to pull. It's kind of a arena deal and stuff, and it's really cool. So we always like going out there. But
I've heard the crowd there's redonkulous. They'll have big music acts on one side of the fairgrounds and the tractor pull on the other. Jacob, I heard it's just awesome.
Yeah, the amount of beer drank there is just, it's absurd, and it's a party. So
nothing wrong with that. Well, before Ryan asks you your question, Jacob, I want to go over the event one more time. But we've been talking for 38 minutes already. I can't believe it, but you've been a great guest, and I want to thank you for hiring us, the Beer Money Pulling Team, to help promote your event. I hope I know a lot of people have seen the event, and I hope they attend. I hope you have big crowds. So
we appreciate everything you guys have done for us. We got IPA and ITPA Wednesday night, 6 classes. That's the show we typically put on. So if you're used to going to the Fisher Fair, come out to that one. One thing I haven't mentioned here, if you haven't been to the Fisher Fair, there's no beer sales these 2 nights, but you can bring a cooler in. So, if you're a beer drinker and you're coming to the pool, bring your own and enjoy yourself. And then 7 o'clock Thursday night, we have the PPL show with the super modified 2-wheel drives, the ARP super stock diesel trucks, and the 4-1 limited pros. So. And you guys have done an awesome job promoting it. We really appreciate it. Having an outlet for a smaller pool like ours to get the exposure that you guys provide. It's awesome, and we're super excited. So.
Well, it's something we started this year when I hired a couple full-time people, Jacob, and it only makes sense to promote pulling. So I thank you very much. I know Paul connected you with us to hire us to do it. We thank you very, very much, Jacob. So.
Yeah, and we appreciate the work you guys have done, and we appreciate Paul for setting everything up. So
Paul was going to be on tonight, but they bought Caleb Ogle's Light Pro chassis, and they're turning Brett Hackstad's 4-1 into that chassis. And we just got a picture of the group of us. We have a messenger chat that they just split the tractor again. And tomorrow's Holzhauer's birthday, so Brad really wants it in Nashville, so they'll be up all night working on that thing, I'm sure. So.
Yeah, that sounds like a fun time.
Okay, so Big Rye, this is his time to shine. Big Rye, what is your question for Jacob?
Well, I have two because you kept asking for people to type in and ask questions,
Yep.
and then you would go on talking, so we couldn't ask them.
Well, you know what?
So-
Sometimes I don't. I talk too much, Ryan. I think that's one of the things you most enjoy about me.
Yes, because then I get to call you on it now. Jacob,
Here,
I'm
gonna mute myself.
This is the first time in history, folks. Please enjoy this moment of silence. Jacob, you guys just bought the long machine tractor, and I heard you say that it's got 1066 sheet metal on it.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, that's what it approximates. It's not an exact replica.
I have shot that tractor for probably 5 or 6 years, and I have never been able to figure out what the heck that actually is. So thank you for clarifying it. I appreciate that.
I texted Glenn. I'm like, what model is this? You know, we were writing it all in for the, ITPA, that for the announcers and stuff, they have all the information at it. And he says, yeah, it's closest to a 66. So that's where we're at. So
fair enough.
Looks to me like an 850 sort of 6.
Something. But also, I think, Cody, you have a new name for the tractor, so you may as well share that now.
That tractor from now on will always be known as the Reactor to me.
okay, we'll put that down. I kind of like that. So
that needs to go into the hopper of suggestions, and your sister will absolutely vote for it.
Yeah, I like that. So.
Okay, so here's my question for you. You can steal the helmet or the keys, figuratively speaking, to whatever you want to take, past or present, to go pulling for one night or a weekend. What are you going to take the keys to? And remember, nothing's off limits. And where are you going to pull it and why?
Yeah, so I've been, catching up on a lot of these episodes, and my answer is going to be kind of boring like some of these other guys, but it would be Tim Engler's Mission Impossible tractor. Probably would have been Louisville, but I have had the experience to pull there. I've never been to Bowling Green, so I guess that would have to be where I would pull it. But Tim, he's a hero. If there's any tractor pulling hero, it would be Tim Engler. I got a chance to go to his shop when I was a kid, when we were helping out Jeff Justice on his heavy super, and the guy's always been larger than life to me, so that would definitely be what I would take. So
I would say that's not boring, and to be quite honest, I don't think we've ever had anyone answer with Mission Impossible.
Well, I'm sure it wouldn't be a boring trip. That thing was a beast. So
yeah, all 7 beasts.
Yeah.
Jason's holding up his hand. I think he wants to talk.
Is it okay?
Yeah, it's fine. Go ahead.
Jacob, can you take us and show us the pulling tractors with your phone?
Yeah, I got you. My iPad is downloading a new operating system, so we couldn't use it. So I'm fumbling around with this thing, but I don't know if you guys can see
there we go.
The night shift tractor here.
And then where's the Reactor at?
It's in the other bay. I'd like to tell you our shop isn't normally a mess, but it is. So
it looks pretty clean to me.
It's fine.
Yep.
We won't tell anybody.
Fair enough.
Jacob, can you take your phone and push the little? Can he, guys, while he's on StreamYard, can he flip the camera around and walk around the tractor? Will that screw it up?
I was gonna say he should be able to flip that around.
Can
I
you
guess
flip
I've
it
never
around,
tried it
Jacob,
once
and then
here.
do a walk around the tractor?
Where is the button?
You'll have
Yeah,
to
I
go
don't
to
know.
the settings button, and then which camera you're using.
Here we go.
I think it's cool whenever we can see pulling vehicles.
That's not it.
There's perfect.
Better now, don't you?
Yeah.
Yep.
Can you walk around him, Jacob? Do you mind? Don't. I mean,
Yeah,
if you
no,
guys got anything you got anything you don't want people to see, that's one thing. But if you don't mind, I'd like to, yeah.
No,
Can you
Dad's
make
got
that-
them all shined up and buttoned up for the pull. So
Make it full screen,
Here-
Jason.
Okay, my bad. Hold on, Jacob.
am I doing it wrong?
Nope,
No,
I got
Jason.
full screen.
It's
There
on
we go.
Jason. There you go.
You want me to go around this one again?
Yeah, please. What sheet metal is that?
So it's 4430 sheet metal, but you can say the same thing about the other one. I worked with a guy that does Dad actually is the sheet metal guy and worked with a guy that does custom cars and everything. So he had the idea for it, and we drew that hood up in CAD. I might be able to show you the skeleton and stuff underneath. It's pretty cool. If you guys need to go, I don't need to.
No, this is money.
So the underside of the hood, I don't know if you can see like a skeleton under there that, kind of has an aircraft look to it and stuff. We kind of did a lot of that with his help. So it's not a exact replica of the 4430, but we had to get it wider to get the chargers and stuff down in it the way we wanted. So
That is awesome.
and then the other tractors over here. So we actually put a new weight rack on this one. So we got John Deere weights on our IH and IH weights on our John Deere. So
Now this is a tractor that always had the big like shark face painted on it, right? Jaws looking thing.
that's their heavy tractor. This was their light one. And so Glenn's been running this for a couple years, off and on. And like I said, they're busy with the machine shop and stuff. I don't think he's been able to get it out as much. And so, he was looking for somebody that was going to run it. And we were looking for the opportunity to try out some of their stuff. And this is what they've been doing, our chargers and a bunch of work on the short block stuff for us for 10 years plus. And they're awesome to work with. And we were really excited for the opportunity. So
Are you going to leave it like that? Or are you adding any graphics to it, or that's what it is?
I mean, we just got it, so we haven't talked about that. The last time we had any internationals on the farm, they were 5088s and 5488. So we talked about maybe doing something like that too. But for now, we're gonna leave it like this. We're not huge graphics people. The other one is pretty clean,
Subtle.
So
It's very subtle. The first time I saw it, I was like, I didn't notice the subtle, the graphics on it, and that's pretty cool. That most people, unless you get up close, you don't notice it.
yeah.
Jacob,
What's that?
I was going to say, I want you to take a look at the comment that Jason's got on the screen right now. This is the greatest idea for that new tractor, the greatest custom detail I have ever heard. That is freaking awesome.
That would be pretty neat. But
and it probably wouldn't be that hard if you've got that guy on your in your contact list with who does the custom cars. He can fab up something like that. That wouldn't be hard at all.
yeah, I'd never thought of that, but that'd be kind of you wouldn't see another one like it, that's for sure. So
Ever, never.
but
How many times you been down the track on that one, Jacob? Once?
actually, we for this year, Rusty Clifton, I don't know, I mean, you guys know him from Gordyville, and his dad and his family campaigned the Constant Aggravation tractor.
Yep.
They live just down the road from us, so he actually drove it there for that test pass. I've not been on it, neither has Dad. He's going to help us drive this summer, and when I'm detasseling, him and Dad are going to be taking the tractors out, and he's going to help us drive. So yeah, one time down the track, and Rusty was the pilot, and so he got back in the seat for the first time in a while, and then we got some adjustments made on the tractor, and we should be ready for Wednesday. So
how many big pulley names do you have around you guys? You keep name dropping, Jacob. I love it.
well, it's Jeff Justice has been a friend of ours for years, and the Cliftons too. I mean, we all pulled antiques together, and then one by one they all stepped up, and we were the last ones into the lights or into the super stock realm of that group. But us and Clifton's, we trailered together all through my childhood till they built their heavy super. So me and Rusty were, buddies the whole time, and we were sitting on the antiques and pretending they were super stocks, and now we get to do it for real. So
that's awesome. What a cool story. What a cool story. Well, Jacob, you've been an amazing guest. I love all the questions that people are typing in. I love listening to you talk and tell your story. It's so cool that we get to share this with everybody. Good luck this Wednesday. Again, I'm going to put the banner up one more time, and then you can pound that out one more time, and then we'll let you go, Jacob. Give me 1 second. There you go, buddy.
Yeah, so we got IPA and ITPA July 13th, Wednesday night, sponsored by Ealer Brothers and Delaro Complete and Bear Crop Sciences. And then the PPL comes to town for the first time ever on July 14th. And we'd like to thank T&L Irrigation, Big Ditch Irrigation, and Murray Seed for sponsoring us on Thursday night. If you've never been to Fisher, this is a good chance to show up. 2 nights. It's $10 Wednesday night, $15 on Thursday, and pits are open. So, go for it.
You said Big Ditch Irrigation, Jacob?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
be
so
careful
just
when they announce it, like Leroy. Be careful, Leroy's when he says that. Make sure he says Big Ditch. Okay, it's important. So.
Well, you guys are around Leroy enough. You have to, translate sometimes. So
yeah, well, he's a little slow, and he got through the 8th grade, and then the state pushed him the rest of the way through all that. So we appreciate Leroy for what he is. So
he's from the southern half of the county, so we can't make any promises down there.
There's a super farm up here in Wisconsin called Son of a Hitch. And then now you're sponsored by Big Ditch. And I just love when pullers, and I just love it. I love it. Because if you're announcing, Jacob, and you're just buzzing through names, and all of a sudden you're like, whoa, it's just funny. It could possibly happen.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time. So
no, I love it. I love it. Well, Jacob, this was great. This is a great interview. Thank you for your time tonight. We know you're super busy. Thank you to your family. And we all know how much work it takes to promote an event. And the fact that you guys are doing 2 nights of it and you don't drink a lot, that tells me you're a pretty good person. That's all I'm going to say. So.
Either that or you're on some heavy medication. Good for you, sir.
Well, I appreciate it, guys. And, what you guys have provided for us has been huge. And if there's any other pulls out there that are looking for a boost, hit these guys up. It's the real deal. So
thank you for that plug. I appreciate that, Jacob. So
I mean it. Thank you, guys.
All right.
It's good to meet you guys.
Thank you.
Hey, Jacob, before you leave, where else can people find you this summer? Are you just sticking with the IPA, ITPA, or are you elsewhere?
We pull the entire ITPA circuit. So anywhere there's ITPA, we'll be there. We hope to hit maybe some outlaw or PPL stuff if it's close. And if we're not farming, we'd like to maybe go back to Wheatland. That was a really awesome experience out there. If nothing breaks and we're still alive, we might go to Henry on Saturday, but that's, not for sure yet. So we wanted to hit some of these early PPL pulls, but just between getting the farming done this spring and getting the new tractor ready, it wasn't in the cards. But
how are the crops in your area? Has it been wet or dry where you guys are, or you hit just enough?
We got a rain last weekend. We were right on the edge of losing it here. It was really bad. We were running irrigation like crazy. But everything looks awesome now. If we could catch another one, maybe after these pulls are over, that would be perfect. So.
Yep, I understand. Jacob, thank you, buddy. Have a great night.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
Good luck, bud.
Good luck.
Thanks for coming on.
Great interview. great interview there with Jacob Kessler. That was good stuff to see there. Enjoyed that thoroughly. So I went longer than I was supposed to, but that was just good information. We can't stop that. So I love the tour of the tractors. It's fun to see those like that, guys. So
Man alive, I did not know that was 4430 sheet metal.
yeah, I didn't either. I just knew it was a cool John Deere, but I always remember it from Gordyville. So. Yep, and he talked about the Gordyville flu, so that's good stuff. So. Well, this is that time of the show where we talk about what we did last weekend and where we were. And Jared Setter got a picture of my dad sleeping. And I posted
that was the greatest photo I have seen ever. Period.
So
that was amazing.
So we had our 50th wedding anniversary celebration all weekend long in Dubuque for my wife's parents, and we had a blast and it was a good time. And then so Saturday afternoon, Jared Setter sends me this picture of Dad, and I'll put this up for you guys if you haven't seen it yet. And I asked people to comment on it. And of course, my dad drove the tractor like a superstar this weekend, and so everybody's like, it's exhausting to carry Jason's weight and all that stuff. But here's the picture of Dad.
I asked him. I was walking by. I was like, God, they can't even let a guy take a nap anymore. And he's like, yeah, some asshole came by and took a picture of me, then shared it to everybody. He's like, I was just wanting to sit here in the quiet shade and take a nap.
Yeah. So there's my dad, Mike Schultz, and he took the Remedy to third place Friday night and fifth place on Saturday night. So we had an awesome weekend in Rock Valley. But I don't know if Dad knows this is on Facebook. If you follow my dad on Facebook, all he does is share Trump stuff and political stuff, and I don't think he knows how to go look at other pages. So you have to Roos took an awesome picture of him Friday night and tagged him in it. I don't know if he'll see it or not. I'm going to buy that one anyway and put it up there. But there's 159 comments, and it's 72,000 people have seen this. So I enjoy this for my father.
He hasn't threatened to disown you yet, because I mean.
No, Cody, you don't know them well enough. This is the tip of the iceberg. He's done so many worse things.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun, Cody. We have a lot.
I mean, all he wanted to do is take a nap, and then somebody had to ruin
it. Oh shoot, it was a good time. Here's that picture that Rye took Friday night. I was talking about on Dad's pass, his third place pass. So
that was a fast pass. That's the one thing I remember from it is that tractor set probably 30, 40 feet before I shot that. And it was off to the races. I don't know what the mile an hour was, but holy
he hit
moly.
32. He hit 32, and Dustin Ruth hit 34. The sled guy.
Yeah.
Dad. So.
Yeah, that was pretty amazeballs.
No, it was so good. We got off the dyno Wednesday, put the tractor back together. Well, I say Doug and Hartz and Tony put the tractor back together Wednesday night, Thursday morning. And Doug headed straight for Concord, Nebraska, to get rained out, and then obviously Dad drove it. Well, Dad was going to drive it at all three, but we were hoping to get a pass on it because those pro pullers are starting to get broken now, and you're seeing the front end come off the ground, and we're weighting it a little bit differently. And it was the live stream, you guys. That was amazing for me because I'm basically 5 hours from Rock Valley, and it's after 9 o'clock, and we're kind of done with the family stuff. And I bought the live stream both nights and got to watch Dad drive my tractor, and he rocked it. So it was pretty happy. So pretty happy. So I might get kicked out of the seat now. I might. The pictures of the Becks were amazing. What's that? The pictures of the Becks.
Mike and Taryn, or Dennis and Taryn.
Yep. Yeah. I'll just go get that right now.
And they're watching, by the way. So
we're going to do a behind the helmet with them. We're going to give them a full interview. But I guess Cody, Ryan, if you guys could talk about this, and I'll go find some more pictures.
Well, all my pictures got ruined because someone stood up right in front of the camera to clap. So
does she know yet? Have you told her?
I told her instantly, and I was mad. So here, the one chance I get to get a picture of Taryn making her first pass down, and someone stands up in front of camera, and that is the reason why you don't like people on the track that aren't doing a job.
So Ryan, why don't you just, so for everybody doesn't know Taryn and Dennis, can you just take it from here, bud?
Yeah, I can. So Taryn's been she's been ate up with pulling since, like 3 weeks after she was born. And she and her dad this has always been kind of their thing. And Dad pulled a super farm called Spare Parts for a while. And then a couple of years ago picked up the Hustler. And he had some pretty memorable kind of wild rides with it. And Taryn all the while is, just a young kid watching all this, and this just, she's ate up. It got in her blood, and she absolutely loved it. And a couple of years ago, she told Dad, "I'm going to kick you out of that seat." And Dad didn't really believe her until maybe a year and a half ago. And so they started making plans as they were, working on the tractor together, that Dennis kind of knew that at some point in time she was going to do it. And so this year was to be her year. And they took it out to somewhere in Nebraska on Friday night, just to kind of do a shakedown pass. And she couldn't get it to light. Clutch is finicky, and it's her first time sitting in the seat, running it under stress. And, she didn't get it to light. Came up to Rock Valley on Saturday, where they were running the class twice, once in the afternoon, once in the evening. She couldn't get it to light on in the afternoon session. And she was feeling it. She was beating herself up over it. She, I sent her a Snapchat and I said, "You got this the next time around. Don't worry about it. Don't let it get in your head." And I'm sure that 1,000 other people sent her the same Snapchat that I did. And then on Saturday night, she got it to light and she went on a ride. And I've told a couple of people this today, but it bears repeating. I've been going to tractor pulls for 35 years or more. I have never, ever, ever in my entire life seen anything like I saw that night in Rock Valley with that crowd with her. That crowd, she's not a local. She's some kid in a fire suit from South Dakota. She's not a local. I was telling somebody today, it's not like this is Tim Blancaspor, who's lived in Rock Valley all his life and farms there and works there, and everybody knows him. It's not like he's trying to light the Bone Twister there. He could get a crowd, the crowd will get behind that, but they don't know this girl. But somehow or another, they just kind of understood that this was a moment in life, and this girl needed support, and this girl needed energy and enthusiasm, she needed energy to get that tractor down the track. And I swear to God, that crowd willed her and that tractor down the track. And it was the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Like, I could hear the crowd screaming as that tractor came to life and started moving under its own power, over the sound of the tractor. And you guys have all been to pulls. You know what it sounds like when a tractor's working hard. You can't hear much. Oh no, you could hear the crowd. And when she came to rest, the applause, I swear to God, you could hear the applause 5 miles away. It was amazing. It was unlike anything I've ever seen before. And it just so happened that I was in the right spot, and I was there when all of her her fellow young guns came, careening down the track to give her high fives and hugs and, congratulate her. And then Dad showed up, and then every single one of us guys had instant hay fever. I know I did. I talked to several competitors who were sitting in the stand in the stands that night who were wiping tears away. It was so cool to see that. And I was fine until I saw Dennis driving by in the side-by-side, and he was wiping tears away as he was driving by, and he had this great big smile on his face. And that's when I realized what I was really watching. And it was really cool. It was, I mean, like I said, I've been going to tractor pulls, truck pulls from all over the country for a long time, and I've never seen anything quite like that. So that made that trip worth it for me.
She's 16, right? She just turned 16, I think, didn't she? Or no?
17, I
17.
think.
Okay.
Because she's going into her senior year this year.
Okay. Cody, did you get any shots?
No, like I said, there was cans clapping in the middle of every single picture that I had. So.
Stop.
Go to Almer's page. and
Yes,
watch
Mark
on the
Almer's got a
timeline.
great video of that. Thank you.
That was awesome too.
Her dad said 17, so we'll trust that like an ID. You know what I'm saying? Mark Ulmer.
Go to Almer Mafia.
It's Ulmer pulling team, right? I think.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, one of them.
Their modified tractor is on fire.
Yeah.
Ulmer pulling. Not this one, guys.
No, that's not it either.
Pretty sure it's like Almer Mafia.
Did they mark an Ulmer Mafia page? Because we nicknamed them that last year on Ron's show. Let's see, I can flip it. That's Mark.
It's that one. They must have
That's
a different
that's
Ulmer
from
polling.
that weekend.
Yep. Click on the Ulmer polling from there.
Okay.
There,
Yeah, click on that page. That
Here-
video.
that video.
Yeah.
That's a neat video. The hand in the air was what did it for me. That was awesome.
Mhm.
Oh, why'd they shut it down too soon? I wanted to hear the crowd.
I have the video. I got to find it.
Okay. Tyler wanted that rock. Okay.
Yeah,
Got it.
Tyler came out with a screaming pass.
Two of them.
Two of them.
Yeah.
He took the rock. He beat his old man twice.
Video
Yeah, but
from our
that
team.
first one was like, wow. And he went
Mhm.
sailing.
Geezy just got out of bed. Hey, James. Oh, let's see here. Taryn back.
While you're loading that up, Mark Ham, if you're watching,
He is.
this is excellent. This is absolutely one of the best barrel picks I've ever had. And Mark, I almost came down and dragged you down there with me. I should have. But Chad Baldwin said it best because there's a comment thread that's a mile long in that bunch of photos that I posted this morning. He said there's so much more to this sport than dirt and smoke and noise. And he's absolutely right. And it's, it's all about telling a story. There's life that gets lived in between, on a 450-foot stretch of dirt. Kids grow up, young men, boys become men, girls become women. There's triumph and tragedy, and there's, more than anything, there's achievement and there's overcoming obstacles because, pulling is, you get started in it and it's like, yeah, I want to beat the farmer down the road. And I'm sure that's how it did start. But where we're at right now, good Lord, it's not competing because you want to win a trophy. It's competing to deal with challenges and obstacles and clutches that are finicky as all hell and don't want to and don't want to lock up like the Yankees had this weekend, or Tyler learning to drive and out driving his dad on Eleanor, and Taryn, bringing that tractor to life after a multitude of failures, finally getting it to light. And for me to be there to experience that and see the elation on her face, and then see Dad climb up on the steps and that hug. That's why I do this. I don't do this because of the smoke and the noise anymore.
Okay, so this is a video from Taryn's Facebook page.
Oh, yeah, this is going to be real loud.
Come on, get louder. You can do it. Come on now. Here we go, the hustler. Oh, yes.
That's worth watching again. Did you hear the big yoo-hoo in there? I think I heard some Ric Flair.
To get this thing down the track.
Come on!
Come on, get louder. You can do it. Come on now. Here we go, the hustler. Oh, yes.
Okay. And the thing about this is, if I was listening very, very carefully to Josh and Ron and Fred, and they did try and pump the crowd up a little bit, but they didn't say anything that I would think would really they didn't really light the dynamite. There was something in that crowd there, and I don't know what it was. I can't figure it out. And Cody, if I'm wrong, just tell me and I'll stop drinking. But there was something in that crowd. Those people understood what Taryn and Dennis needed, what needed to happen. And they were going to make it happen, and they did. And it was just amazing to watch. I mean, because I've talked before about announcers being an ally in the booth when somebody's making a first pass, and I think back to when Dave called Tab DeMar's first pass in the Smoking Hot Deer a few years ago. I want to say it was Concord or somewhere in Nebraska. And I remember her telling me that him talking, and she could hear him in the helmet, kind of calmed her nerves a little bit. And I didn't hear anything that Ron and Josh and Fred said, but something triggered that audience, and that audience spontaneously went bonkers. And it was so cool to watch.
I just think like everybody was, just wanting her to make a pass. I mean, that for that big a crowd and that much excitement and nervousness to be, here's this huge crowd type of thing, and I'm trying to make this my first pass. It was like everybody just kind of willed her to go do it. I mean, it was pretty incredible. I did get the video there whenever Jason gets back type of thing. So, but it was pretty incredible to see that. So.
Yeah, it was neat. I mean, like I said, I've seen some cool stuff happen on the track. I mean, several of you were there with me the night that we watched Don Masterson take everybody to the woodshed at the farm show on the last pass. I think it was 2019. And we all thought that was nuts, and Freedom Hall went crazy. I think this Rock Valley crowd could have drowned out the applause for Don that night. That was something else.
Jason, I sent that video, so they should see that now.
Okay, yep. No, that's awesome. I'll show. I want Brent to talk about Lancaster and where else he went. Charles, did you go drag racing again, or were you pulling this weekend?
I did something totally out of character for me. I didn't have a date booked, and instead of getting out my phone and trying to find somewhere to go, I stayed home because I'm on the road the next 8 weekends in a row. So
That's fair. It's I feel like, guys, this is when fair season starts. The hell weeks, right? Brent, is that what you guys call them?
Yep.
Because we're out Wednesday, nothing Thursday. Well, we could find some stuff on Thursday, but I'm trying to run points and not put too many passes on it. Or I already have 29 hooks with the Outlaws. But we're going to go Bloomfield, Iowa Wednesday, Troy, Missouri Friday, and then River Falls, Wisconsin Saturday. So that's what
Decorah is not too far from you.
What's that?
So Decorah is not too far from you.
For Thursday?
Yep.
Yeah, we talked about it. Trust me. We talked about Fisher as well. So I just, you know how it goes. So who knows? Dennis, her dad, says that run far surpasses his first win. I'm glad we have social media now to cover stuff like this and really give it the attention it deserves. Because if you didn't have it, you'd have to wait for. If you didn't have the live stream, you'd have to wait for the magazine to come out, right? So.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. The only time I saw the crowd go nuts like this is when Esden Lane went down the track in Ellsworth, Wisconsin after he was treated with cancer. Yeah.
Oh, I'll bet that was nuts. And I know some of you guys were there.
He didn't just go down the track; he took it all the way down the track.
He went like 505 feet.
Yeah, he went like it was like 380 or something like that.
It was awesome. It was awesome. But Mark said it best. Mark Ham. It was organic, and to the point. Ron and Josh got him fired up, but the sisters and the crowd, and it's just cool. What a cool story. And she's so ate up on it, as you said, Brian. So
I still think that she's probably on cloud 9. I think her body is still probably buzzing.
Yep. Brett, what did you do this weekend? So Cody and Rye were in Rock Valley. So where were you at, Brent?
Yep. So I went to Lancaster in Wisconsin for the Full Throttle Shootout. So that's put on by Full Throttle Events. That's Jeff Parr and his family that organized and run that. They kind of did a memorial thing for Ron. He passed away this last year, and he was a big proponent of that event, and friend to a lot of people in that area. So they did a little thing for him as well as for Dennis Wire. He was a WTPA official that just suddenly passed away last week. So there's a little thing for that. But yeah, it was a good turnout. Again, it was one of those things where first tractor's going down the track and the stands are about a third of the way full, and the first class finishes and the place was packed. And that track was awesome.
Who passed away?
Which one? Dennis Wire?
Yeah.
He was our one of the WTPA tech officials.
Okay.
And he was the vice president of Badger State Dirt Flingers.
Okay, so I know him then.
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen him around.
Okay.
But yeah, it was really good turnout there. Polar and fan wise, weather was awesome. It wasn't hot, nice breeze.
Was that part of the fair, Brent, or was that a standalone?
No,
event?
that's just a standalone event. So they have 3 events there this year. They have that one, and then they have during the fair they have Badger State, I believe, is on Thursday or Friday.
Okay.
And then they have, is it Tri-State or ECI then on the next night? So 3 events there this year, and I'm expecting that the crowd will be just the same. It seems like they turn up for the polls in that area. So good event. They're looking forward to next year. I know Jeff's talking about moving it to Saturday. I know Eagle Grove, Iowa had an event this weekend with NTPA for a region event. And from what I heard, it was a big crowd there as well. And hopefully if Jeff does move to Saturday next year, that they can pick up a couple classes and get a little bit bigger of a turnout. Unfortunately, with Jeff having the say for what classes he wants, they were limited at what they could choose down there. So, but yeah, then Saturday made it to Edgerton, Wisconsin for Badger State Tractor Pullers. That place is awesome. pretty sure it was a free event, as I didn't see any ticket gate or anything, and I just watched people walk in. So again, I'm not really sure, but it's at the Threshery grounds there, and there were, I don't know, there was a couple thousand people there, and they had some stuff in the afternoon with some like local truck classes and stuff like that, and then they had 6 classes for Badger State. Huge class of pro stock diesel trucks there. Bays went up. Nathan had some unfortunate breakage, popped the turbocharger. He's going on a good pass too. And then also got to see a new pro stock debuted. Dustin Hook finally got his new John Deere out. And,
I heard about that.
And it looks good. It ran really well too for the first time. That class was actually, that was a fun class. Randy Brew put down one hell of a run. I mean, to beat Wildmans, to beat Stan, to beat Lemke's, to beat Coates. You have to lay down a hell of a pass. And John Coots also drove a pro stock for the first time, drove John Link's tractor.
Nice.
I don't know what happened. It kind of, same thing that happened at Toma, just kind of, a third of the way down the track, just kind of lost power. But I'm sure he had a fun time just feeling the RPMs on one of those. So,
I was surprised to see Dustin on a green tractor.
They farm green.
Yeah.
Do they? I didn't know. I wasn't sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is there's Dustin's new pro stock, guys.
46 or 4840 sheet metal, I think.
It's 4450.
Brandon Johnson
is
took
it?
This photo.
Yep. 4450.
Soundguard sheet metal is making a comeback, gentlemen.
So I mean it's good running tractor. Badger State out of like nowhere has a ton of pro stocks all of a sudden. So it's kind of cool to see.
Well, you talk to the guys and they like having pro stocks, but they don't have the time. A lot of them are farmers and they don't have the time to be gone all week long. And
so there's 9 pro stocks there, and I mean you're missing Everson, you're missing Brinkmeyers, who are hoping to be out this next week. I don't know, who else are you missing? You're missing Craig Ladwig, who's hoping to be out by the end of the month. It's pretty cool. And there's another new pro stock on the way. I forget his name.
26-inch turbocharger, but what he does.
I'll turn the volume down. Sorry. This is Zolik's winter video for Badger State. This is from
that's from Belvedere in 2016.
Wow. How the hell did that pop up on my timeline? I'm so special. I'll let that play. So this is Zolik. Ryan puts together awesome winter videos for Badger State. So. Yeah, Burkholz said hopefully Ladwig gets out soon.
Yeah, I know that he was hoping to be out by the end of July. So, and Brinkmeyers, Ryan talked to him last week or something like that, or maybe they're at the event. I don't really know, but they said that they were hoping to have it out for Jefferson next week. But they have 3 pro stock hooks next week, so they're hoping to be out for that week. But
I got
this track. You moved a ton of dirt. I've never seen hot farms and pro farms pile dirt up as much as they did here. And the pro stocks moved so much dirt that 2 of them got stuck, and it took them about literally 10 minutes to unhook Blaine's dam, and probably another 5 minutes to unhook somebody else. They just
awesome.
There was so much dirt and Johnny's sled couldn't even pull him back and get him up on top of the dirt. So it was a sticky track.
Hey guys, if anybody's watching the Waunakee, Wisconsin area, my son's car just quit running. So he left it here for 3 days while we went to Dubuque, and his battery was dead. So I'm assuming that means alternator, right, Charles?
More than likely.
So if anybody knows what's that?
It's a tap on it.
Tap on it? Anybody knows a good repair shop in Waunakee, Wisconsin, please let me know. We're going to go get a kid here in a little bit. So.
Or if you're a 4020 owner, you'll tell them to jiggle the wheel.
No, it's like fight the wheel, not just jiggle it. Fight the wheel.
Fight the wheel. Okay, was it raining in Rock Valley Friday night with the sun out?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, because that picture you took of Tiger Bradley of Esden's old tractor, I was like, what the hell? You know? So
Yeah.
John Bohr says new car. No. He's got a nice Malibu. We're good.
Now that being said, like I put in the comment with that photo or the one preceding it, I run a real slow shutter speed. That's how I get that motion blur. So motion blur happens with raindrops too. So that's why it looked like it was pouring down rain. It actually wasn't. I mean, it was sprinkling. It was enough to take the edge off the heat, but it wasn't enough to stop pulling.
Yeah, you can see the dirt piling up there. So
Yeah, the diesel trucks moved a lot of dirt too.
So that must have happened at the Enderley. Charles Collins commenting that raining with the sun out.
Yeah. It the rainstorm that lasted 45 minutes but wasn't on radar.
Sounds like you got more rain than we did in Rock Valley.
I spent the whole time hiding underneath one of the TV scaffolds just so I wasn't getting soaked.
Oh, it wasn't enough to soak anything.
Looks like they had good momentum though, Brent.
Yeah. No, they Johnny did a good job on the sled. I mean, they let him run. They had plenty of track there. I mean, they could have ran out the 400 feet. So, no, diesel trucks put on a really good show. They had I think there's 12 of them.
So some of the guys that are part of this, Charles, you know that group that's always right next to us at the announcer stand at Shipshawana, that first booth, Cell Block 1?
Cell Block 1.
Some of these guys put on this event.
Okay.
Nice. Those are good dudes. Those are fun guys to hang out with.
Well, I believe, according to what Brian said, is that they used some of the new VP Fuels like track stay dry or stay wet. And the sun was out baking this thing, and they were able to keep enough water in it, and the track stayed around the whole day.
Well, daytime, we all know how hard daytime tracks are.
It was very impressive. They so not only were they running them on the scrapers, but they also had just a little gator that they rigged up a little spraying system on, and they ran that outside of where the scrapers were going. So if somebody moving on the track, it wasn't dried out, and whatever they did, it worked out really well.
Okay, I haven't seen Tool Times 2 run like that in years.
I'm telling you, it was like a picture perfect pass.
4 or 5 years ago, that tractor was unbeatable.
So we ran that. Outlaws ran that VP Stay Wet 2 on one of their tracks, the one nearest to the announcer stand. So I guess that's the west side, and it held up really well as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really think it does work, especially if
So Rockwell crew, we need to get some of that for a month from now because we're running 2 afternoon sessions in Rockwell. We're gonna need that.
That or you just gotta dump a bunch of water into it and hope it stays.
Well, I think I would rather hedge. I would rather hedge my bets with the VP though.
Yeah,
because we've tried the water thing and it will go away.
So it's sprinkling right now in this video, right? Right?
Yes, it is. Yep.
So the tractor that swept the diesel supers at the Pullers Championship won Friday night, the 411 feet. I think all of you guys have seen this, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty convinced that Doug could have taken pretty much any diesel super to the woodshed this weekend.
Yep. I'm going to say this year.
I think that's true. Yeah.
So Blake Graves won Friday night in Dodge City. Travis was second, and then Saturday night it went lock and load. Blake Graves, Travis. So they're mixing it up now.
I wish I could get Doug and Jeanette to come to Rockwell in August, but they've got points hooks that weekend, so they can't. I don't think they can make it. But man alive, it'd be fun to have them in Rockwell.
Mhm.
Put some color on the track.
Yeah.
This thing is just awesome.
It's
So this is Rock Valley, Iowa, guys. So, I mean, Rock Valley and Rockwell are the two biggest polls in the state of Iowa, hands down. I'm not offending anybody. I don't think anybody would take offense to that, would they, Ryan?
No. And now they're not on each other. They're not on top of each other anymore. So now I can ask every single person who is in the stands at Rock Valley to come out and hang with us in Rockwell in a month.
Oh, yeah. Lance, they, High Hopes won this weekend. Did you guys see that?
Yes, he did.
Yep.
Proud of him.
Doug's tractor is green under the hood. I know that for a fact. The Mini Mo.
Green?
There's a lot
Are
of
you
Facebook users, but without names.
Sure about that?
I don't believe you're right.
I don't think so.
I believe that's a red block.
Doug was watching a while. I thought it was a green block. I could be wrong. I'm not afraid to admit it when I'm wrong. Tires make a big difference.
Yes,
It's
they
not
do.
John Deere, Doug says. Okay, it is red then. It's red under there. I'm sorry, Doug, and I consider Doug a friend. And I don't even know what block he has in this tractor. Hyper.
Doug might have questions about your friendship now. He kept going and going and going, and oh my goodness, it was amazing.
Listen to the crowd. That's awesome.
Oh,
Doug
they went
likes my dad
bonkers.
more than he likes me, guys, so I don't take it personal, so it's all good. Van Beek just went, crap, we got to pull against that.
411 feet, 638.
And he told Dad he let out of it. It started slowing down to about 370. So that's awesome.
Wow.
What a weekend. What'd you send me, Cody? The two Allisons?
I sent you the two Allisons.
Oh, hold on. Shoot, I got a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, I also sent you a picture of Doug. You're Doug. Not the good Doug. The goofy Doug.
The good Doug.
Well, Doug's watching. It's the other Doug that we question his sanity some days.
Well, he hangs out with me. I think, is that why you guys question it? Or?
Yeah, kind of.
He does
A lot.
get paid. I mean, I do pay him. I'm just going to be honest. So.
Well, we hang out with you. Why don't we get paid?
Well, let's talk about that.
That's not an Allison.
No,
That's a Griffin.
that's not mine.
That's a Griffin Growl. That's Doug Bowe's tractor.
We need to talk.
By the
We
by the
need
way,
to talk about your videos.
What's that, bud?
We need to talk about your videos. They seem kind of grainy. Is it Doug's phone?
No, those aren't for me. Those videos were from phone. Well, the My Singer video was from Doug's phone.
That's
That
why I
was
can't
grainy?
figure out why one of them is like grainy and one of them is not type of thing. So
Well, that one I just showed was grainy. That was from Doug Voth. He sent to me from his cell phone.
okay.
by the way,
I
Doug
sent you pictures and videos.
Doug had a pretty interesting idea that we should talk about for the Pullers Championship.
Yeah.
What two Allison engines sound like going down the track? Here we go. Vanderholm Media on YouTube Shorts. Subscribe. You can't pull that up. That's Prince's tractor from Canada, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So they pull it early on with just one Alice, and then they go back and swap and put the second one on to pull it in it, which is pretty cool.
So they hook the light mod and then the heavy mod, right?
Yep.
Yep.
It was good to see them. The last time I saw them, they were exploding a motor.
Kansas City?
Kansas City.
But yeah, that
So
picture.
Wednesday night, episode 3, This Is How We Roll, is with RJ Simon featuring the bootlegger. Episode 1 was Dusty Berry, the coal roller. Episode 2 was Mike Connie's rig, the Mac Daddy team. And then episode 3 is RJ Simon's. And then Doug Meisinger was supposed to be our first episode of Behind the Helmet, and our camera said, no, it's not. So we got Dennis and Matt Goodwin up in Hutchinson, and then we're going to try to get Meisinger's nailed down again. So I'll be working on more of those as we roll. And then I'm going to do a Behind the Lens, too. I'm going to start interviewing polling media. Obviously, I'm going to start with you guys. Just do some interviews. We'll probably do them over StreamYard like this, record them, roll them out. I want to get Adam Matthew Wilson on. I love what he's doing for the sport. I'm happy to see the polling media talk about the events they're going to ahead of time than just post time. And the events review is great, guys, but we got to help these promoters get more fans in the stands. So keep doing what you're doing. Let your fans know, because all of you have a lot of followers, where you're going a couple days before or a couple weeks before if you can. So that's really important, I feel. I don't know what else to talk about. So, Charles, what have I missed?
I think that's the long and the short of it.
I'll do some shameless plugging.
Please do.
So for this week in WTPA, we have one event. It's one of our bigger ones in River Falls, and I believe Schultz, you're helping them with promoting it as well.
Yep. Yeah,
I
we're
believe you are
promoting it.
also going there to poll.
Yes, sir. We're bringing our merchandise trailer up there.
So River Falls is on Saturday. Gates open at 5. Polling starts at 6. You can walk the pits beforehand. The pits are outside of like the ticket area. It's in the kind of a construction yard, excavation yard for total excavating. And then the track is kind of behind there. So you can come out early. 12 classes. They're all WTPA or region classes or invitationals. So if I can count these off my head, it's Pro Farm Tractors, which is a 466 hot farm class. It's Pro Farm UPM rules. Super Farms, Limited Pros, Light Limited Supers, Light Supers, Super Stock gas trucks, Mod 4-wheel drive trucks, Pro Street diesel trucks, the 2.6, Super Stock diesel 4x4 trucks is an exhibition class, Super Semis, and I'm missing a class. But so there's 12 total. I don't know if I said Light Pro or not. But anyways, 12 classes. $20 for a ticket. Oh, there it is. 5 to 15 is $5. 4 and under is free. 2 tracks. We're gonna have the video board there with replays, distances, all that stuff. And then I believe there's a band afterwards. I don't know what the band name is called though.
Blue Moon Drive.
There it is, Blue Moon Drive. So
they get a big crowd at this one, do they, Brent?
Yeah. So they last year they had to start walking around the grandstands and telling people to move closer to each other to get people to fit. So they brought in more bleachers. They only have bleachers on the one side. So if you show this aerial view on the bottom down there, you can see pretty much as far right as those trucks go, it goes to like a weed edge and it goes into a creek. So that's as much room as that they have on that side. And that's how they get the pullers to come around on the other side or come to the end of the track. So they pull down and then they can just pull off right into the pit area. So they only have the south side of the track there to have grandstands, but they are bringing in some bigger bleachers and more bleachers and hopes in kind of anticipation for a bigger crowd. They had a pretty awesome crowd last year and an awesome band. So stay after. Yeah, it's a good pull. So like I said, 12 classes. It's going to be a lot of hooks. And I believe the weather looks really good for Friday or Saturday. So again, it's 6 p.m. to start time. Gates open at 5. And it's WTPA and NTPA Region 3. So
that's gonna be fun. Trying to find. I know we have a poster of them. I know Doug does on his computer.
Yeah, there's a poster on the.
WTPA?
Look up the River Falls FFA alumni.
And then Doug Meisinger, we put a GoPro on Meisinger's run. I think pointing back at the tires. I don't know. Mackenzie was, you guys know what Sunday and Monday's like after a pull with media. So she's buried trying to get everything done. So, but we'll get that out.
So I believe. Otherwise, if you're looking at the NTPA poster,
we're promoting it. Hold on, I'll find it. I just want to make sure I got all the classes.
Yep. And then for Badger State this weekend too, I'm going to be hitting up 2 of their 3 events. So Wednesday night is the Jefferson Pole, and then Friday is Baraboo, and then Saturday is Darlington. So those are all their fairs, I believe. And so there's 3 classes in Jefferson: Super Farms, Pro Stocks, and Limited Pros. Baraboo, I believe it's Pro Farm, Hot Farm, Light Pros, Pro Stocks, 2-wheel drives, Light Limited Supers, and Pro Stock Diesel trucks. And then Darlington is on Saturday. That's Pro Farm, Hot Farm, Super Farm, Limited Pro, Pro Stock, and Pro Stock Diesel trucks. And then they also have that shootout class at the end, which last year I believe is Limited Pros. So I don't know if they're doing that same class or not, but I know there is going to be a shootout again. And then Thursday is Decorah for a Region 3 event, Decorah, Iowa. And that's all region classes with Super Farms, Light Supers, Heavy Supers, 2-wheel drives, and Limited Pro Stocks. So
John Bohr, did you text me that video or did you send me that to me they were in Turlock, California this week, guys, the California guys. And they have one of them dressed up in a cow costume and backed up the Utterly Wild. I don't know what it is, those guys with costumes and Swiss Miss, weren't they? We're going to back up Britschke. Let me look. Messenger. Okay, perfect. I'll find that real quick. Here's the poster. That's a lot of classes. That's going to be a full show. So.
Yep.
This is kicking my ADD tonight, guys. Pretty hard.
Yeah, I know Pro Farm is an exhibition, but it's open to anybody. Super Stock 4-wheel drive, the Super Stock Diesel 4x4 class, and the Super Semis are invitation only. I don't know who they've invited, or if they really are just going to let anybody show up, but they're non-points classes, and they're just hoping, I believe, to get a few. Obviously, with the Super Stock Diesel trucks with Craig Dickey and the Kuzliks, they're from River Falls, and so they should have the Cummins killer there as long as the truck is fixed. As I believe they took a turbo out at or pistons, maybe it was at Toma. I think I saw a post with Jeremy Wagler talking about it.
Cool. Some shameless plugs I want to do for some upcoming events that we're promoting. And if you don't know, you can hire the Beer Money Pulling Team to promote your event on our social media. We have packages starting at $250 up to $1,000, and beyond that, you can. Can you handle this question?
Yeah. So just go to NTPA Poll, ntpapull.com, and they have you can check their schedule, and they also have in the news on the right hand side, you should see that there's a Decorah. So they'll give you all the information there. It's at the Winnebago County Fairgrounds.
Chris, it's in the comments now. Chris,
yep. It's during their event or their fair, and they pack that place full.
Yes,
it's an awesome event. So it's a little bit different. They pull uphill by the time they hit about 300 feet, and it's a pretty significant uphill pulling that they do. But it's a good event. And they always have an awesome crowd, good turnout of pullers every year, and.
This is Wayne County Fair, Wayne, Nebraska, July 22nd. Big pull, Outlaws in Nebraska Bush. Richland Center Summer Nationals, Saturday, July 23rd. The Show Me Shootout Truck and Tractor Pull, Warrensburg, Missouri, Saturday, July 30th at 6:30. Some of the events we're promoting. The first annual Mercer Homecoming Truck and Tractor Pull, July 27th, Mercer, Missouri. So I wanted to get a plug in for those as well. And then Jared, we finally got Jared his Jared shirt. So I'm very proud of that. I got to show you guys that.
I already got myself one.
Good. So you guys can buy these online if you want. Another shameless plug. We teamed up with Big Rig Tees. We have a lot of awesome shirts now. Charles, we ran into them up in Onaway, and we have a partnership with them now. So it's been it's awesome. And we're going to have the Beer Money merchandise trailer in Bowling Green, Ohio. I talked to some people from Bowling Green last week, and I'm sponsoring Bowling Green, guys. So I'm pretty pumped. So
that's awesome.
Can you rent, Charles? Can you rent like Winnebagos or like RVs that can pull a trailer so Doug and everybody can sleep in it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
Is there
RV
a certain
share, I
website,
think is what
guys,
it's
or what do you
called.
think?
Or something like that.
Because I'm gonna take the truck and tractor to the Iowa State Fair and then Wisner, but I want Doug and Mackenzie and Hope and the team out in Bowling Green if we're gonna sell shirts. Our sponsorship booth is right. We're on the north. The party side is at the north side.
Yeah.
Right. At the starting line, we have the spot that Mike Connie used to have. Does that ring a bell, guys? To you?
Yeah.
Okay. We're right there, so I'm pretty pumped about that. So we're gonna have our merchandise trailer out there. But these are all the shirts you guys can get off of our website. I'm looking for the Jared Juice one. There it is. So our good buddy Jared Sutter, we have his own shirt. I didn't pick the grumpy old face on there. We had Jared's face on there. Then Connie was like, you know what? I don't know if we should have Jared's real likeness on there, but they're pretty fun. They're pretty fun. The official cocktail of the Beer Money Pulling Team. So I think that's good stuff.
Also, I was gonna bring this up. I haven't been on here in a couple weeks, but so at Toma, so Dagenharts are in the process of tearing down their tractor and kind of putting things back together. I don't know if you guys seen the video or anything of Dagenharts pass, but they broke the input shaft and they sung the motor to some very high RPMs. I don't know if you heard what those were.
10,816.
It's 10,081.
Oh, my bad.
10,081, and it didn't blow apart. It didn't leave any part on the track. But I just wanted to kind of share that because we talked to him afterwards at Toma, and he showed us a picture of the data logger, and very surprising that they didn't kick any rods or anything in that, but they had to completely tear it down because they're pretty sure they stretched some rods.
Charles, 10,000 RPMs on a diesel motor, would that stretch some things?
That should have stretched everything.
That should have, it should have stretched some things outside of the tractor.
Yeah.
So they won the diesel super class Friday night or Thursday night?
Thursday night,
right?
I believe it was.
Yeah.
Yep,
and then
Thursday
they
night.
pulled light super Saturday afternoon with this, or is this Friday
So
afternoon?
they pulled Friday night, Thursday night they pulled diesel supers, and then they pulled open supers Saturday afternoon, took Friday night off, then pulled, this was super stock open on Saturday afternoon, and then they were going to pull diesel super again in the evening.
So you can hear the RPMs that Mr. Yarn was referring to here. And this is in Toma, and this is Dagenhart Motorsports out of Norwalk, Wisconsin.
God, that hurts.
Oh, that's just crazy. But yeah, they had the spare parts kind of on the shelf. They just tore it down, made sure nothing was majorly wrong with it. And according to Bill, they're in the process of getting it back together.
Here's their pass.
Black Dagenhart. Well, we'll come to the digging hard. And I really just want to
That was awesome.
Yeah. So that was against the
Everybody.
Elkins.
I mean, Schlaba was there, all the big names. Grand National. Did you guys see, did Dodge City have a good crowd? I never saw any pictures of the stands. I saw Linville's got their first win. That's pretty awesome. The Ridge Runner.
Yeah, it looked like they had a decent crowd.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it was packed by any means. But heard it was another tricky track again this year. Racetracks are always tough.
Is that like a racetrack? They're trying to build on a racetrack?
They built it more on the inside though. So it was kind of like a fresh track, but I think there's just something with the dirt that they have there that just makes it trickier. They did bring out Jim Miller. But yeah, I mean, I've heard some things about the track that, I mean, I don't know if there's much they can do about it. Or maybe just because it is kind of a newer track that maybe if it sits for a year or two, that it'll kind of settle into place and be a little better. But
maybe they need some of that VP. What was that stuff you guys talking about? VP what?
Stay wet.
Stay wet. Well, being that they're a dirt track, they probably already have a concoction that they use, if not that stuff.
Yep.
So here is the California guys back and utterly smooth back up, but of course somebody's in a cow costume. I'll wait for John to jump in with that. But this is Turlock, California. I reckon, is Turlock where the 1206 broke in half like 10 years ago, Charles, and that just kept running? Do you remember?
I don't remember where that was, but boy, did that photo trigger some very funny stories.
Yes. I got to find that. Maybe we got Cody. Roos left us, but we got Cody still. So, okay, good. Nick was in the costume. So this is Nick Jackson. And we've done 2 shows with that. Oh, Tulare. Okay. Thank you, Lissetto. There's a Tulare and a Turlock. That's my bad. So, okay. Play the video here. They had like 2 hours to get the show out there. They were talking about it last
number to be
West Coast Live.
297 from
By 3. It's a huge fair out there. That's awesome. You know, Charles, we've talked about having, pretty girls back in like drag racing. But maybe we should get some costumes. I don't know, Charles. What do you think?
I mean, I'm in it for the laughs, so that's fine with me.
The truck's called. Utterly Wild is because Arnold is a dairyman and the truck is the original wild hair. Okay, there's some history there. I learned about that last week. Utterly Wild. Thank you,
They
John.
may have seen a cow out on the track just a moment ago. That's because Utterly Wild is about to get our Pro Dodge class started. Arnold Avila from the deck still behind the wheel. Gonna pull that shade nice and tight. Wait on the green flag. He's got it. Here is Utterly Wild.
Good stuff. There's the cow. That's good stuff. You can just jump on Amazon and get all these costumes, guys. So I'm assuming.
I'd assume so.
I'm gonna pass because I tell you what, the guy in the Frosted Frog outfit, he looked really, really freaking hot the other night.
Yeah, I did that 2 years ago, Cody.
Yeah, I
It
know.
got warm.
I still have unreleased frog videos of you from Georgia, actually.
That was
And,
that was impromptu, but it was cold down there.
It was cold down there. Like that wasn't a bad deal. But I mean, you were laying in a bathtub in the neighbor's Airbnb, so. But
Yeah.
no,
That
he
might have been the end of the Frosted Frog sponsorship, actually. Oh, I love it. I love it. Well, guys, Brent, anything else? Cody, Charles?
Nope.
I
Just a
did
busy
hear that
weekend.
they sellout crowd at Arcola for the Region 2 hook both nights. That was good.
Good. I saw Adam was out there, so
Yep.
there'll be some video coming from that. So, Charles, what do you got coming this week?
I will be back with the Thumb Tractor Pulling Association here in geographically the Thumb, Minden City, Saturday, 3:00. We're going to run all of their sanctioned points classes plus local semis, local street gas, and local diesel pickups. It will be probably a 7-hour show. We will pull all the things.
All the things. When Charles says all the things, that's legit, you guys, just so you know.
Beer tent to hang out in. It's a good time. It's a good power track. It's a tiny hole in the wall town. There's nothing else to do. So yeah, we're gonna pull for 7 hours.
Wow. And Brent talked about where he's going to be. Cody, what's up next for you, sir?
I have no idea. So if you're really bored, Jason, you want to go golfing Thursday?
How far are you from Bloomfield?
3.5, 4 hours probably west. Straight.
Yeah,
like
I'm
straight
not that
west.
bored, Cody. But I do love you. I played golf today in Dubuque. So
I honestly don't know. I've got so much sort through. I mean, I've got 7 sessions to sort through and edit. So
yep. No, I get
it's about 7,500 pictures from all the different hooks type of thing here and there between Mountain City and everything. So I don't know really where I'm going next. I know definitely it's on the calendar, Iowa State Fair and one night of Wisner, and maybe going out to Colorado for the Outlaw Hook out there. So
you can jump in with us for that run. So
I thought about that. So
yeah, so we're going to Bloomfield, Iowa Wednesday night for Outlaw Hook. Thursday off. I know there's polls we could go to, but we're trying to run Outlaw Hook points, and there's 29 hooks for the Outlaws, and there's only so many passes you can put on a motor. And we just got off the dyno, and we had good numbers. And obviously, Dad drove it like a rock star this weekend, so I'd like to keep it running. And then Friday night, we're in Troy, Missouri. I think that's down by St. Louis. I think that's a big pull, Brent, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, we're going to go from St. Louis. We're going to take off and head for River Falls. So
yeah, it's a hike.
Yeah. So, but
yeah.
Doug, you know, Crazy Doug. Is that what we're going to call him? Crazy Doug, Cody? Is that fine?
Yeah.
Okay. Crazy Doug works for me. He's my general manager, and he lives in Ellsworth. He's from Ellsworth. He lives down in Richland Center now, and that's his kids went to River Falls, so it's kind of a homecoming for him. And then we are promoting that pull for them as well, so it'll be fun to get up there. And they've been asking us to come up there for years, so I'm excited. We're gonna have the merch trailer up there on Saturday, and then we're gonna have it in Boaz, Wisconsin, Friday night. We have a little brush pull outside of town here Friday night, so. Long as I sell enough T-shirts, guys, to pay for the gas to pull that trailer around. I'm just being legit. My dad goes, "Holy cow, Jason, that hurts the fuel mileage." I'm like, "Yeah, you know, it's a 14-footer. It's tall, and maybe I should put one of them wings on the front of it or something like that." So I don't know. I'm just.
I never did ask to have AC in there too.
It does.
Did you pony up?
Yep. I've got to buy. I'm gonna buy a generator. I'm buying a quiet generator for it, Cody. So don't worry.
I'm pretty sure the joke all weekend for me was, well, if you park next to Jason, you wouldn't have to hear all the partying. The generator would drown that out. And I like 3 people said, "Is Brad Holzhauer going to pony up and buy him a quiet generator?" I said, "No, Brad wanted to start a GoFundMe page there in Nashville."
Last year, we couldn't. When I built that trailer, you couldn't find a diesel generator to save your butt, and we bought that gas one, and now, yeah, they're still really expensive. So I'm going to wait for one. So we try to park ways from everybody, and then when we can get electrical, we can. We had electrical hookups at Toma and Hutchinson. It was nice, but that old gas generator, she pounds. So Jerry Setter said it's going to spill his guts one of these days.
I tell you what, they had quite the party going on, and after both nights actually, and it was, yeah. I could appreciate sleeping next to your hauler because that would at least drown out everything else, and you could actually sleep. So
yeah, no, Rock Valley. It's a race from Concord on Thursday night to get to Rock Valley to get in there, and then we couldn't get in there because we were too long. and we couldn't get into any spots. So Doug went across the street, and I think it was pretty good. I mean, that's fine over there.
Yeah.
So.
And it was pouring. I mean, when Seth Novak says it's pouring like you can't see type of thing, it was pouring on the way between there. So
yeah, no, it was pretty legit. Well, guys, I'm gonna play a couple videos. Thank you for another great. We keep saying 1 hour show, but we just crossed the 2 hour mark, and we still got people watching. It's like 1 a.m. in Detroit, where Charles lives. So
not quite that bad, but
all right. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for all you do. Have a good week.
Yep.
All right. See you
I'm
guys.
gonna play some videos, everybody, and have a good night. Are you interested in promoting or increasing the attendance of your truck and tractor pull event? My name is Jason Schultz, owner of the Beer Money Pulling Team, which has over 1.3 million followers across Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Our goal is to grow the sport of truck and tractor pulling and increase the awareness of the sport through our social media presence and highly engaged audience. We want to partner with you and help you grow the attendance of your event. We have a ton of promotional opportunities available and a full-time social media coordinator to make sure your investment is taken care of. For more information on promotional opportunities, give me a call, 608-604-5068. I got another video guy. Video guys, and then here we go. I'll keep playing some videos. Hang out with me for a little bit. I had some videos. I'm going to show you Dad's run driving the Remedy. So this is Rock Valley Saturday night. We got 5th place here. I think there was 22 in the class. So I got 3 different views of it. Tim Blankspur sent me some, Doug Voth, and one other person sent me some videos. So it's kind of fun. Thank you to everybody who sends us videos. And I wasn't there, so it was great to see the videos right away.
Mike, Joel, the Remedy, out there in Iowa. Mike, Joel, the Remedy, out there in Iowa.
Good job, Mike. Good job.
I know this tractor, the Remedy, don't normally drive it. Here's the way, it's the in-law anniversary.
Dad doing the driving. Dad is his first on to drive. He's the third last time.
So yeah, the Remedy had a really good weekend in Rock Valley. Congratulations to the Ruth family. Dustin Ruth with Ruthless 2 won both nights, took the Rock. Novak got us both nights as well. And one of the Ruth tractors got us on Saturday night. And then so did the Wild Engine of Ethan Ritter. I do want to, so yesterday, so I was in Dubuque all weekend. Don't just bear with me for a second. I was in Dubuque all weekend for my in-laws' 50th wedding anniversary. And then last night at the Dubuque Sports Soccer Complex, kind of out there off of Northwest Artillery and I think JFK. I'm going out to watch my nephew play soccer, and all of a sudden I look over and I see a bunch of antique tractors. And I'm like, what is going on? So I went over there, and then a couple people recognized me and started talking to them. It's Hawkeye Vintage Machinery Association, and they had a little antique pole. So I'm going to jump on our YouTube channel, and I put some videos up for it. Logan, quit barking. It's my dog. Sorry, guys. Let's see here. Your channel. But I got some pretty good. Yeah, here's some of the videos I got from there. Just enjoy these. So it's good to get out and see.
Live streaming can be tricky, and sometimes trying to find the right.
That 1206 is sharp. That it was a pullback tracker. I think Link, last name is Link that owns it. So super, super sharp 1206.
We're live in Dubuque, Iowa, everybody. Hawkeye Vintage Farm Machinery Association. Doing a little tractor pulling on this beautiful Sunday afternoon.
Oh, yes. There you go. Up drive. All the way to the grass.
And that scraper roller, you guys, was really cool. It was all attached in one. It pulled the scraper, then the roller right behind it. And I've seen some stuff out in Ohio with the scraper underneath the tractor.
I was on my way to my nephew's soccer game. I looked to the right.
Dubuque, Iowa yesterday. There's that 1206. I think this was like a 65 or a 7,000 pound class, if I remember correctly.
Scale over here.
I think the 65.
Built for business. Over right in front of me here. We're in Dubuque, Iowa. Hawkeye Farm Machinery, Hawkeye Vintage Farm, farm machinery. I'm gonna look at the logo. What it's called. Good look at equipment here, right next to the church.
So it's time for me to go to bed. I have to be in Monroe at 8:30 in the morning. I live in Richland Center, meeting with some real estate agents. So head over to our YouTube channel. Just look up Beer Money Pulling Team. I have a bunch of videos from there. Mackenzie's and Doug will be uploading a bunch of videos from Rock Valley. We're going to be in Bloomfield Wednesday, Troy, Missouri Friday, River Falls, Wisconsin Saturday is our plans for this week. Keep the tractor running. And those photos are from Mark Ham right behind me. The one of the awesome sunset is Manila, Iowa. The other one is Ravenna, Nebraska. Buy some photos from your photographers, guys. They do a good job for all of you. And then what's our one comment here? Rockwell. That's one. Okay, so Russ is going to go there next. So yeah, just pumped. Life is good. Keep living the dream, everybody. Thanks for watching. And head over to the YouTube channel. Wednesday nights This Is How We Roll at 7 o'clock. We'll have a new episode every Wednesday. And then, like I said before, if you're watching the show, episode 1 was Dusty Berry. And just go to YouTube, search for This Is How We Roll. And then tractor pulling style, I think we're calling it. And then last week we debuted our Mike Connie, Mac Daddy, Mac Trailer pulling team 1. Showed you all their rig. They keep a spare motor with them for the Pro Stock. It was cool to see that. And then this week we have RJ Simon. They recently just bought the Bootlegger pulling team And we talked about all the tractors and the pro stocks. It's a really good interview. RJ and Brandon really talked about a lot of stuff, and it was fun. And yeah, that's all I got. So appreciate you guys. Have a great night, and we'll talk soon. Take care.